How's it going, you guys? So in this video, we're going to be talking about how to hold a double deck, a single deck, as well as how to actually throw the cards or how to pitch those cards properly. Let's get into that. Now, I'm going to end up showing you guys on a different camera. It's at a different angle, so it might look a little weird, but I'm going to have to bring that over here. That way you guys can get a little bit more of a first-person view on exactly how I do it, so you can try to mimic the same hand movements that I'm doing, and I think it'll make a little bit more sense to you. So let me switch over to the other camera. All right, so we're going to be talking about how to hold a double deck. So if anyone is curious, we're going to have double deck. A single deck is 52 cards. A double deck is going to be 104. So now when it comes to holding the double deck, the big thing is we're going to have a cut card on the very bottom here. So we don't need to try to worry about hiding this by covering it with the back of our hand or covering it with our hand at all. That card is there to do that. What we need to do is we need to hide this from the players right here. So what we want to do is we're going to hold it by closing all the gaps in our fingers, making sure we don't have gaps. We don't want to hold the deck like this and have big openings in our grip. So we're going to close all the gaps in our fingers, and we're going to push the deck straight into it just like that and wrap our fingers around while still keeping everything closed. We don't want to have big open gaps. But this is not going to be very comfortable. It's also not easy to strip a card off holding it like this. So what we do is you can take the meaty part of your thumb right here. You can actually press on the top and kind of create a staircase effect going up like that. That also in turn is going to do the same thing on this side, where we're going to have a little staircase effect on this side as well. So when we go to grab the cards, we want to grab this. We don't care about grabbing this. We only need to grab the very top of it here in order to make sure that we're not going to let the cards fall out of our hand. So it kind of looks something like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close all the gaps in my fingers. I'm going to take this beveled deck and I'm going to push it, basically have my pointer finger go across the top, kind of like that. And I'm going to wrap my hand around it from there, just like that. Now, if you have very small hands, you can still do it, although this cut card might cut into your palm a little bit, but it's normal. You guys have small hands. I'm telling you, you can do it. Just because you have small hands doesn't mean you can't do it. I've worked with so many people that have incredibly small hands, and they're still able to hold a single and double deck. Although it may hurt a little bit, that's just it's the name of the game. It's just the nature of the beast. So once we have our grip correct, it should look like this. That's probably all that they should see, and even that, we still want to kind of cover that up, kind of like this. And anytime we go to pitch a card, what we're going to do is we're going to use our thumb first. If you grab like this, don't do that. If you grab like this, don't do that. What we're going to do is use your thumb. Use your thumb to push a single card off. It's only one card, just one. So once we push that card off with our thumb, this is where we're going to learn how to actually pitch the cards. Take your right hand and you're going to point at it like a gun. We're going to take our pointer finger and put it underneath, right there, that card, and our thumb is going to go right on top of our pointer finger. From here, our middle finger should be right underneath your thumb, is going to stick up, and it's going to touch the card. It's going to come into contact. Where's the camera? It's going to come into contact with the card right there. So it looks just like this. Move that around so you guys get a different angle. And what I want you to pay attention to is this gap right here. If you notice, the gap between the card and my thumb right here is very small. When I teach people how to pitch, I see them hold the card like this a lot, where this gap is very large. The thing is, we need to be able to develop some rotation on this card. If we already are here, we can't get much rotational force out of this. So what we need to do is bring it in, bring it a little bit tighter, and we don't want too much middle finger sticking out like this. That's all that's going to do when we try to extend it is going to cause that card to flip. We just want essentially the cuticle or this part of your finger to sit right there. Sometimes people use the nail, sometimes people use the first knuckle, but we don't want a whole lot of middle finger here. Also, the pressure between these two fingers right here is very light. I see some people, they do this and they bend the card. There should be no bend. It should be completely flat. So we're just going to pinch the card, put your middle finger underneath, close this gap, and now comes the technical part.
make sure that you remove the deck from the equation. Some people, what they do is they grab the card, and the second they grab it, they try to throw it, and then this corner right here ends up hitting your thumb or hitting the deck, and then it ends up flip-flopping and not working out well. So what you want to do is after you grab it, remove the deck away from it, or remove this from that deck. Now you're free. What we want to do first when you're learning how to pitch is start by just extending your middle finger to cause the card to rotate like this. Go ahead and bring it back, get back into your home position, and then do it again. Extend the middle finger and cause it to rotate. What you are not allowed to do is bend your wrist. So if I do this and I'm throwing cards like this, throwing my wrist everywhere, and I'm doing this, and let's say I work full time, I'm doing 40 hours a week for multiple years, I can develop carpal tunnel in my wrist. So if you are going for an audition and you are pitching and the floor person sees you flick your wrists, you could basically become an insurance liability, because if you get injured on the job due to carpal tunnel, then you could end up getting compensated by the job for that. And they're not necessarily going to want to hire someone who is a liability like that. So they want to make sure that your pitch is proper. So when you pitch, the middle finger does all the work. You're going to extend your middle finger to cause it to rotate, just like that. And when you go like this, try to keep it flat throughout its entire rotation. So if you see from this angle, when I extend, that card stays relatively flat throughout the entire rotation. What I see a lot of people do is they start here, and as they go, it flips up like this, and that's not what you want. So let's get to the end of this. When you go to extend the card, once it reaches almost the end of its travel, you're just going to let go. That's all you're going to do. Don't flick your wrist. Don't throw the card. Don't throw it with your arm. All you're going to do is go in a circle and let go. That's all you're doing. So it should look like this. Just like that. Notice that my wrist does not move. Extend and let go. Extend, let go. It's all in the middle finger. Keep in mind that right around here, you guys should have a setting icon, because I believe these videos are going to be on YouTube. So you should be able to slow down the video if you need to, or I'll also try to throw in a video of this getting done very slowly for you. It's all in the middle finger. That's all we're doing. The middle finger just kicks out. That's all I'm doing. Just kick it out and let it go. Kick it out and let it go. That's all we got to do. So hopefully this was helpful to somebody. Go ahead and keep practicing, and a good way to practice, take a bowl or a wok or a pot or a hat or something and put it on your bed, and then just try to throw cards into that. That's all we're trying to do. So hopefully this helps, and I'll see you guys in the next one.